Welcome to a new episode of me going through some metal covers of non-metal songs. In this sixth episode, I go through some of the tracks I wasn't even expecting, but people kept giving me some of the suggestions and recommendations what to check out, and that's the beauty of it. Sometimes you people know what kind of cool covers, or non-cool covers for that matter, they are of more or less famous songs. Now, technically speaking, one of the songs isn't exactly purely cover, but I decided to let it slide for rather obvious reasons. Now let's go through these in order I decided to go, more or less alphabetical order that is. And first we'll tackle No Easy Way Out. Now this is obviously an 80s track from Rocky IV movie, which was more or less a hit song, and in my opinion, kind of a cool 1980s song. You know, you might not even, think of the artist name when you just hear the No Easy Way Out ringing through your heads. At least that's what happened to me. I had no idea who the hell this artist was, and when I started playing, this song is so goddamn familiar. Now, the original song is very, very typical of the 80s. I mean, it's kind of an 80s pop rock song, a little bit sugary coated and all that stuff, but not like, too much. In my opinion, it kind of fits the era when, artists or actors for that matter, like Don Johnson, Bruce Willis, and so on, were doing their stuff. Isn't that much different. Now, this was translated to metal by Finnish heavy metal band Beast in Black. Now you could put Beast in Black also in categories like power metal and hard rock. So whatever it is in your opinion, it's fine. But heavy metal, power metal, hard rock, roughly that is the area where Beast in Black operates. And that is one band that really has very, very cool vocalist, very, very skilled, very good, tone of voice, the range of voice, and able to express different styles. And when that is accompanied with, people who are really, really skilled musicians, and then backed up by proper production, it easily translates to a very, very good cover song. Beast in Black has done other good covers too, so there's that. But yeah, this is a really tricky in order for me to compare which one is better, the original one or the cover one. If you've gone through other videos in this series of mine, you probably have already seen me, commenting that some songs are better as covers and some are better as originals. Here I was very, very hard time choosing, not very, but still. I had the trouble choosing which I like better, but maybe because I was grown in the 80s, this Robert Tepper version, which you actually can see here that I listened to earlier today, indeed is a little bit better than Beast in Black version. But in the end, honestly, I wouldn't care which one I was listening to if for some reason I had the urge, the need to listen to No Easy Way Out. So all in all, in my books, Beast in Black did a really great version of a good 80s song. So definitely worth checking out both versions. The second song is by Danzig, covering ZZ Top Rough Boy, a hit song with actually quite a cool video. Maybe I should do a reaction video of it someday, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I had my moment when I was teenager that ZZ Top was, something that I wanted to listen to. To be honest, never went too much into that, but yeah, I remember, I think I had like a ZZ Top best of compilation or whatever I was, listening to and figuring out which songs I really, really liked. Now, Rough Boy was never my favorites. It was always this kind of a too cheesy of a song for a ZZ Top who had more badass songs. But it's not like Rough Boy is a bad song. It's just a little bit too sugary for my taste. But still, now that I was listening to it, it kind of, took me back to the era when I was listening to that, and made me feel good, if you know what I mean. Now, when I gave a listen to this Danzig version, I was, this was worse than I remembered it to be, because I have the vague recollection that I've been back in the days been listening to Glenn Danzig version of Rough Boy. And to me, it seems like it's one of those karaoke nights when you go on a boozer, you go with your friends to karaoke bars you hate. I mean, I do dislike them a lot. And then some people are really, really drunk, but they want to give their best shot covering a famous song. And that's exactly how, in my opinion, Danzig covering Rough Boy sounds like. Not only Glenn Danzig isn't exactly doing his best with the vocals, they are not good in my opinion, but also what is annoying is like how the guitars are bent with the kind of a, I don't know what it's called, but the kind of a fluty thing with the guitars, like I'm like, no, don't ruin the fucking song, man. The riffs are pretty cool, even if it's a very, very sugary song. So in my opinion, these really, really put shadow of shame on the song, which wasn't really that good of a ZZ Top song to begin with, but this version is just outright bad. So here it is. Original song, once again, wins. And now third one is a really, really tricky case because Bamboleo is a famous hit song by Gipsy Kings back in the days. And it has this kind of a, strong Latina vibe to it. And while it's never been exactly a song that I kind of like, it was kind of a neutral territory for me. So when I heard Ensiferum from Finland had covered it, I just said like, what the hell, let's give it a go. This song actually, this cover that is, starts strongly. But it's almost like some kind of a black trash kind of a thing going on. I'm like, this doesn't even sound like the same song. Could it really be the thing? Until it came to the chorus parts where the momentum changes totally. Suddenly it is indeed very recognizable as a cover. And it's kind of a bold and, interesting choice. But the rest of the track just goes elsewhere. And to me, it sounds like the band hasn't really figured out how to cover it properly. So the chorus parts really does the trick and it's kind of okay. But the rest of the song is sounding good, but doesn't sound like a cover. So if I had to choose which one I would rather listen to, yeah, I would definitely listen to Ensiferum version. But if I got to choose which one is better as such, the whole context, the whole package, I would obviously go for the original one because at least it doesn't feel like it's two different parts put together by force. So this is a weird cover. Maybe just listen to it out of curiosity, but as a cover, not really that good one. So here once again, the original track wins. Then Harakiri for the Sky, which is probably my favorite of post-black metal bands. Because not technically speaking purely black metal, even though you can't really put it in the world of atmospheric black metal and all that stuff. They have really done some really beautiful stuff and good live band too. But when it comes to them covering an 80s pop song from, the 80s, I'm like pop song from the previous 80s, I'm like thinking, could this really go wrong? I was expecting for the worst. And to be honest, never been a Tears for Fears, fan. Original song is pretty okay in my books, not exactly Depeche Mode, quite of a quality. And I know, Tears for Fears has some good song like Shout. Really good song in my opinion. But I was feared, like they would do something like Ensiferum did with their given song. And as such, Mad World, tackled by them, made me already like, I hope this is not a cringe fest, much like Danzig doing the ZZ Top cover. It turns out this is a really, really good version. Dash homage to the original version, a perfect tribute in a way. And, they kind of still make it their own. There's this Harakiri for the Sky own output. The overall feeling is really, really nice. And I'm like, man, they really nailed it. And because it's more metallic, more melancholic than the original version, I am bound to say I like this version more. So really good cover that does justice to the original version and doesn't take anything out of it, but makes it more metallic, which is making it more suitable for me. So there you go. Hear me saying, Harakiri for the Sky did a great cover of Mad World. Last but not least, we have a Sting of the Bumblebee, and remember when I originally said that one of the covers isn't exactly purely cover. No, this is technically speaking a reiteration of an older song, but which you can see here, Rimsky, Korsakov, Flight of the Bumblebee. And that is of course a classic piece of a classic music, and as such it's very recognizable. If you have ever heard it, you probably will remember it. I remember hearing it back in the days as a kid. I have no idea which year, which age, or whatever. But when I hear that song, yeah, you kind of recognize it instantly. Now, I heard obviously this Manowar cover decades ago, and it always, made a big impact on me because it's so skilled. Now, technically speaking, like I said, this is Flight of the Bumblebee, the original one, and here it is Sting of the Bumblebee, the metallic version. And I think it's fantastically, done version because, first of all, it really showcases DiMaio's bass, techniques or skill with the bass. And it's really, really cool how they make a classical music song that is, into badass heavy metal version. No vocals needed. I really like this one as a cover, not in the sense of, being best of Manowar or anything like that. I prefer with the vocals and more badass, motorcycles, muscles, and all that stuff. But as a cover song or reiteration, I really, really like how Manowar did the job. And they're not overextending it. It's less than 3 minutes and even less with the more metallic parts of the Bumblebee. So really, really nice version of this classical music piece. All in all, I would say I prefer, obviously, Manowar version. I guess it's kind of a given at this point. So with this episode, 5 songs and 5 versions, or 10 versions, 5 songs. I would say 3 original ones are better and 2 cover versions. What is your take? Like once again before, I'm not going to link these exact songs. You can listen to in your favorite streaming services, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, or YouTube, or whatever. You can just obviously type the names. I will listening these on YouTube if that matters. So I will just include the names in the description box, and you can do the magic yourself, like typing in the songs and all. So whatever your preferred platform is, use that. And looking forward to more recommendations and your ideas how a metal artist or metal band covers a non-metal track. Let me know if you have some suggestions. If there's something that I've already covered, I won't do them again. I will just point you to an older video. And if they are worthwhile, that is, the band counts as a metal one, and the original version is not a metal one, I will add it to my list and cover it later on. Meanwhile, off you go, enjoy these cover songs and have fun with them. Take care.